Hello everybody and welcome to the Derek Ruby Show. I am your host, the previously mentioned Mr. Ruby, and this is Halloween month on the Derek Ruby Show. And this is the one I've been waiting for all year, so this is my spoiler-free review of Halloween 2018. So the main thing that people want to know, is this movie good? And the short answer is yes. Does this movie live up to all the hype? And the short answer to that is no. First, let's talk about the good, because there are a lot of great things to talk about in this film. The cinematography is excellent. It is very reminiscent of the original Halloween. It has the spirit of it, but it's also its own thing. You get a lot of the POV shots that you would be expecting. The lighting choices and the different settings and locations are very good. And for the most part, the entire cast does a tremendous job with their acting abilities. Now, the way Michael is portrayed in the film is also tremendous. He really embodies that spirit of what it is to be the Shape. They take Michael back to his roots. He's the embodiment of evil. You can tell he has a purpose. And I really think they did an excellent job of making Michael Myers scary again. Plus, you can expect some good kills that you expect to see in a slasher movie, as well as some psychological ones. Now, when it comes to the story itself, it does make sense. However, there are a few parts in the movie that seem pretty convenient. And if I'm being honest, there are certain parts of the story that I would have liked to have seen different, but I'm not going to take away from the movie because of what my headcanon would like to see. As far as the actual movie structure, it works, it makes sense, and I think a lot of other people will like the stuff that I didn't particularly care for, so it still works and it's still great. There are a lot of Easter eggs to the previous films in this movie, a lot of homages, and a lot of fan service. Now, this is where we get into the negative. Some of it was too much fan service, and one of the main problems I have with this movie is it's very paint by numbers in some places, and you could tell they were playing it safe. For me personally, though, what's really negative is there are some spots in this movie that are trying to be funny, and honestly, they shouldn't be trying to be funny in a serious film like this. Now, I've seen other movies pull it off, but the problem with the way they did it is sometimes they did it in a scene that really should be scary, but it immediately takes away from the entire scene. I know they had to test screen this thing, and if you've seen the movie, you probably know the scene that I'm talking about. If they've seen a whole bunch of people laugh in that part, they probably should have reshot it or just took it out. Because for me personally, it really ruins that horror experience, and what upsets me the most is I know it was intentional. Now, there are a lot of jump scares in this movie, and they're not all bad. Some of them are really good like they were in the original movie. However, it seems like there was a little bit of over-reliance on them at times. Now, my biggest negative about the entire movie was the ending. Now, I'm not saying the ending was bad, but it was a little bit of a letdown. I don't know if I was just expecting more, because I guess I honestly was. I really didn't expect them to go that route, and if they were going to, I honestly would have rather they use a cliche because it actually would have worked better. Honestly though, if you like Halloween movies, if you like horror films, or you're just a casual movie fan, I would recommend that you go see this. Just don't expect that it's going to be the second coming of the original, or that it's going to reinvent the slasher wheel. So I'm going to give Halloween 2018 4 stars. So thank you guys for watching the Derek Ruby Show, and I hope you're enjoying our Halloween month. We still have a few more things to go before the season's over. And don't forget to stay for the extra credit scene at the end. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram. And as always, have a good one. And I'll see you guys next time. Now, my only complaint about this is just look at the face that the girl makes. I mean, it's not so much a death face as it looks more like a fuck face. You know what I'm saying? It's more like a fuck face. You know what I'm saying?